How did this happen, the nuts and bolts of it? I mean, ransomware, what the heck is that?
Okay, it's a type of computer virus, and it's a really nasty one. It hits businesses, it hits government agencies, it hits your grandmother. Okay, this malware gets into a computer and locks down all the files, all the photos you care about, the documents, Microsoft Word files. If you're a college student, it's your essay. If it's a business like this, a hospital, it's medical records. It locks that down, and then hackers can say, I'm not going to unlock that until you give me money. And it's locked in such a way, it's encrypted with the same type of encryption that protects our phones. So they can't undo that. You have to pay the ransom.
And we've been talking a lot about that. I want to know, when the hospital called authorities, as they say they did, it's extraordinary that they said, look, we got to pay the ransom. No one's going to help us here.
Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is law enforcement will typically say in this case, don't pay the ransom. You're going to give hackers incentive to keep doing this. But the fact is, I know of businesses that have not come forward that pay the ransom in order to get their files back. Now, Bitcoin is an electronic currency, right? It's really hard to trace because it's not used with names online. It's not regulated in the way that regular dollars are at banks. And so it's going to be really hard to figure out who exactly this was. It's not impossible, but it's going to be hard.
In terms of, do you think this will happen again? And how often do you think it's happening? What can anyone do to kind of try and protect themselves from this?
So that's a two-part question.
I'm not going to like your answer.
No, you're really not, because what protects you is just good hygiene. It's just careful what you click on, don't open up weird files, don't go to strange websites. It's just that. The people who are being really careful probably aren't going to be hit by this. But in terms of who's getting hit with this, it's everyone. It's local government agencies, but they're not talking about it. Businesses, they're not talking about it because they don't want to admit that some lowly hacker, probably not very smart, managed to hit them with a virus that locked down their files.
And admit that it works and that they had to hand over money, and the fact that the authorities couldn't do anything about it.
This is a really lucrative black market business.